Your foot is like right in the front of the frame here, man. All right, welcome back to HM&E. We're on location today. We're just about to watch Obi-Wan, the new series on Disney Plus, and here we are at the theater of Brother Nip here, and we have Rob there and Shu here. So I asked a question just before we started. John, what are you expecting? John is our resident Star Wars guy. He loves Star Wars, and this will be he's repping here. So what are you expecting this show will tell us that we don't know that it will be very interesting?
I think it's time to explore Obi-Wan's exile after the Jedi Order, watching over Luke on Tatooine, and from the trailers at least it looks like there's going to be more destinations than Tatooine, but also because you have now Inquisitors in the mix, and what does it mean for them to hunt Jedi and come across Obi-Wan. So I'm excited for that kind of storyline, and where does Darth Vader fit in there?
All right. Shu, anything to look forward to in this series for you?
I don't have much to look forward to in Star Wars, but I don't know. I think there's... I think I'm going to enjoy it. I think, and I would like to know. I think they'll look into why Obi-Wan is so different from Ben Kenobi, and why there's a retconning of so many things. Yeah.
And Brother Rob over there. Do I dare ask, Rob? What are you looking forward to here?
I would like to know where he got the name Ben from.
Well, I mean, that's just an alias, no?
Well, I mean, like, it's going to be better than how
Han Solo got hit. All right.
So, that is the storyline that I am most
Come on, rebellions are built on hope.
Yeah,
we got hope.
Let's see. So we're going to check in afterwards, and we'll do a quick review on episode 1 and 2 of Disney's Obi-Wan. See you soon. All right, and now we're just finished. All right, initial reactions from our 3 panelists here. And let's start with the most pro-Star Wars member. John, what are your initial reactions for episode 1 and 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi?
I would say that Ewan McGregor fits back into the role. It's nice to see him. It's nice to see the world and them exploring new parts of the universe. And I thought it was a bit surprising where they took it. I didn't think that they would go where they were going to go and introduce the characters that they would introduce.
We'll get into spoilers a bit later.
Spoilers a little bit later. I don't know if it was really enough for the first 2 episodes, although that might change when I watch the whole series. But my initial reactions was interesting, cautious, and I'll see where it goes.
All right, Rob, you're over here. What are your initial reactions of episode 1 and 2, Obi-Wan Kenobi?
Well, let's start with the positives. I think the production was really good.
Yes.
I mean, like, we're talking about like movie level quality, and I think there's a lot of Easter eggs which I did appreciate. I did like some of the characters that they introduced, which we'll get into in the spoiler review. But as of right now, I don't know. I think it's like similar to John. I don't know if I would continue.
Whoa.
I mean, not like John. I meant like opposite John. I don't know if I would continue based on the first 2 episodes.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
Right? So that's
All right.
Okay.
Shoot.
This is a spoiler review?
No. Before spoilers.
I wish, like I was mentioning, I think there should have been more action. Felt a little like it needed a little jump, but I also recognize they could be saving some stuff. It is great to see Ewan McGregor back in the role, and a lot of good fan service. I think, just one thing is just that I don't know what it is with these Star Wars shows. It's like, what is this, The Mandalorian again? Take care of a child? Like, it's like all this kind of stuff. It's like, it just makes it family friendly. I don't know, but yeah.
Or it's lazy writing to like easy to show compassion and kind of that kind of thing. I don't know. Again, we were seeing video games do that a lot now too, right? Last of Us and God of War, like just
that terrible game you didn't. Not Pestilence. I forgot what it was.
Oh, the Plague.
Plague. Plague Innocence.
All right, and my initial impressions, I thought it was okay. I kind of disagree. I don't need it to be action filled. If they're kind of going for more of a character study, there's we went someplace at the end of episode 2 that I thought was very neat. It's not super hooking me in, but I wish they played a lot more original music and stuff, like of the John Williams stuff. That would have kind of helped some of that nostalgia come in. But okay, so let's dive into spoilers. So we'll just talk a little bit longer here about spoilers, things we liked, things we didn't like. We can kind of recap and go over it. I will flip it back to our number one fan here. All right, we're all here. So we're in spoilers now.
Spoiler territory.
Yeah. Okay, so in episode 1, we're introduced to Obi-Wan, and we see Tatooine and Luke, and we're introduced to the Inquisitors. Mm-hmm. Anything stand out from episode 1? I thought episode 1 was pretty boring.
It's pretty slow.
It was a lot of setup. It was trying to kind of show where Obi-Wan is now, and he's very much the hermit lifestyle.
Yeah, like
he's
Luke.
trying, like Luke.
In the last trilogy.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it plays much more into this. He's trying to stay off the grid, be anonymous, and it makes it very slow. It's a very slow, kind of more visual way of just showing that like he doesn't want to be involved, but just at a distance.
Which is why I'm glad in episode 2 they leave Tatooine, because again, if they're going slow and they're doing this visual stuff, Tatooine is just not interesting. Anything else stand out to you guys, episode 1?
Well, all of the shows have Tatooine, and it's too much.
Too much.
Mandalorian.
Too much sand.
Too much.
I really did not like that Obi-Wan gave Luke, or attempted to give Luke. Maybe it's not actually the T-16
You were so
model. I was very upset by that. That is very Solo kind of level of like, this happened and they have to explain it. Like, they really have to explain Luke's toy? So I mean, Owen returns it, so maybe it's not. It just happens to be he tried to gift him the same toy that he loves flying around.
But what was the purpose? Was it Christmas? Was it his birthday? Like,
No, he was doing that,
Yeah. But I thought that was like pod racing.
But as parents, you don't spoil your children like that. Like, if you see your son going like this, are you gonna go buy him a car?
Hey, don't judge alien races parenting. All right, maybe that's how they parent.
It's the way they do it in the Outer Rim. You just need something.
I mean, it's true, and it's junk, and he bought it from the Jawa, and what else happens? Jimmy Schmidt shows up, right? No, that's the second one. That's the second episode. I thought the second episode was way better than the first one.
Well,
did he show up in the first one?
He did, because this is where the spoiler territory is. I did not expect them to do Alderaan, Leia, Bail Organa, which
but that's
is
episode
nice.
2.
No, it's episode 1 because
episode 1.
Bail shows up at the end of the first episode and tells Obi-Wan to go. And then at the end of the first episode, then he gets on the ship, and then.
Oh yes, you're right. Yes.
Go back to help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yes, you're right. Yes, I thought. I mean, so I think I liked episode 2 a lot better because they leave Tatooine. Yeah. They go to the planet is called Dayu, and they introduce, a lot more alien species. Showing the different ships that Leia kind of watches. I think that's very Star Warsy.
Yes, Kumail Nanjiani.
Kumail Nanjiani.
Kingo.
Shows
make believe Jedi.
Yeah, shows as a fraudster.
Yeah.
But then has a random change of heart that's not really explained.
I still think he's scamming them. It's not set up properly.
No, he's not scamming them. He got and they left on the ship. They escaped by the end.
Did they escape?
Well,
they didn't actually show that.
Did we watch the same show? Yes, they left at the end.
They left, but I will believe it when
they're safe.
Obi-Wan returns Leia back to Bail, because then it will be like, he was actually genuine.
Because it's not clear at this point.
Yeah. Was he still looking for profit?
Right.
At the end? Yeah.
There's also a lot of fan service in all the things with, I don't know, Anthony Daniels, just like 1 second.
Didn't do anything.
Yeah, he's in the cast all of a sudden.
Yeah.
The seeing Vader at the end is very in the face.
Played by
Hayden Christensen.
A lot of makeup and in that back to tank, just teasing fans. Was that enough for you? If you saw that and you're like, oh, Vader's coming, would that be enough to hook you?
One of your best favorite movies is Rogue One, in which Vader shows up in that hallway.
I don't know. I mean, like I think I'm kind of Vadered out. You know what I mean? Like it's like having too much of a good thing. It's like, oh, now we're gonna have Vader. He was in Rogue One. Great. Now we're gonna bring him to Obi-Wan. Like I don't know. I think that novelty's starting to wear off.
I do like, and that's what I was hinting at before, I do like the place that they're going to in terms of Obi-Wan not knowing that Anakin survived and him realizing that.
Yes.
Right? Because episode 3 was building on that relationship so much, and then, you were my brother, and then he leaves him to die. And he thinks he dies. And so that could be interesting character stuff there.
Yes, and I think that's a very interesting dynamic. And I think if you compare this to something like Clone Wars and Rebels and trying to fill in the gaps of the timeline and what's happening with those characters and how they might even process what happened before. Because even in Rebels, there is a point where Ahsoka finds out that Anakin is still alive.
Yeah, that's not general knowledge.
No, I guess not.
But all the Inquisitors know.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay, I will give Star Wars this, that I appreciate Star Wars more than Star Trek, and I don't say this very... I feel like they have a consultant, like, for all their shows to make sure as much things...
Continuity.
Yeah, continuity makes sense. Star Trek's just out the window now. Just, like, so...
Timelines and everything.
But let's focus on, this is an Obi-Wan Kenobi review. We will do Star Trek another time.
So it's consistent in terms of, I think, the feel. It feels like Star Wars. It looks like Star Wars. Even when you go to a new planet, it's still like Star Wars.
Yeah.
And Ewan McGregor is Ben Kenobi now. Or he's like very...
More Alec Guinness.
Yeah, more Alec Guinness. Very much. He's moved on to that.
Yeah.
So I could actually tell that.
Yeah. And that connection too with kind of they have this musical theme, and we're suspecting that what we've been hearing is that one theme that John Williams wrote, which is very nice, but it's kind of a little bit like disconnected from the rest of the music, which kind of makes it like we were just before the show we were like, where's that original Star Wars trilogy music? Where's the prequel music? We needed that.
Yeah, like the Mando theme is very that's the Mando kind of thing, but you're like, where's the Obi-Wan kind of theme.
What did you guys think about the little girl who played Leia? She was in quite a lot of the second episode, and I think she had to do some pretty heavy lifting in terms of story. What did you guys think?
I think she did an adequate job. Not distracting, not trying to be a Carrie Fisher-esque Princess Leia. When we see her in A New Hope, she's a kid. And she's being raised in this family, and in terms of her acting, it's all right. It suits the story well, and her interaction with Obi-Wan is nice.
But it does show that she's force sensitive, and there is that, like, there's alluding to something. Foreshadowing.
She has a very good intuition. Very good intuition.
Yes.
But she's a good actress. Like, and it wasn't like...
Kid actresses are always a gamble.
100%.
Yeah.
But she did not require to do too much dramatic stuff. She was playing a kid. She was playing a kid.
And quick shots. Quick cinematic shots.
But even for kid actors to just play a kid is sometimes difficult. Like the pressures of shooting and that kind of stuff, it's very different.
There's not a lot of Macaulay Culkins.
Yeah.
No, like one thing you'll notice is that with kid actors, they need to be able to enunciate. Like a lot of
enunciate.
Enunciate, sorry.
That was a great moment to correct Ron. That was great.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
So let's, where do you think the series is going? I mean, I thought it was, going into it, I was afraid that spending 6 episodes on Tatooine would be really boring, and episode 2 took us to a completely new place, and they seem to be exploring different things. I really like that. Where do you think the series is going now that you've seen these 2 episodes?
I get the sense that they're going to have to at least resolve in this season what it means for the Inquisitors to hunt Obi-Wan. And I think that's going to be kind of this ongoing threat and this looming tension is how are they going to be able to catch him, or if they're going to be able to get close enough. And I think that's going to be playing a big part. Obi-Wan wrestling with Anakin still being alive, I think will be a big part. And once again, back to Leia and Luke and kind of his relationship with them.
Right. Yeah, I like that it wasn't just focusing on him and Luke and that the Leia was brought in. Rob, where do you think the series is going? What are your predictions?
I don't know. I think the focus is going to be, like John said, the Inquisitors, because the Grand Inquisitor is dead now.
Yes.
So they're like, Reva, killed the Grand Inquisitor, and there's going to be consequences.
Sorry, is this show before or after Rebels?
This is before Rebels. Way before Rebels. Because Rebels takes place 5 years before A New Hope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And this is 10 years.
Yeah. After
Revenge.
of the Sith. Okay. And then so the Grand Inquisitor that we see in Rebels is a different guy then, I guess, right? Did we see a Grand Inquisitor?
They're in Rebels, yeah.
Yes.
At the very start of
So it would have been a different guy.
There's a Grand Inquisitor.
All right.
But I would agree, yeah. They're still talking about kind of the Republic is all done now. Now it's the Imperial Empire.
Right.
They even refer to Bail Organa as an Imperial senator.
Yes.
And
yes,
so
yes,
it's like, it seems very new and fresh, and they're still kind of dealing with, the ramifications of moving from a Senate over to.
Which seems that they will continue from that Andor trailer. They will go back to the Senate. Shu, where do you think the series is going to go?
I don't know. I think it could go in a lot of different directions because there were so many things that happened, and there's so many different characters that were brought in, and even all the fan service throwbacks. Like you could even have an episode with Rex or whatever. They could have those kind of side stories. You got to talk about. You got to have that interaction with Vader somehow, or else what the heck is Hayden Christensen doing in this show?
Just dunking in a back to tank all 6 episodes.
In that interview he did, he's like, things are really starting up again, or whatever. Good. I don't know what he said recently, so I'm like, okay, maybe something better happened. I'll watch it. I'll definitely watch it.
All right, so let's start with we'll end with John because I'm going to guess that's going to be the highest mark. But my overall thoughts, I did like it, and I will definitely keep watching. It's not. I would say I'm actually of the series that I'm watching right now, Strange New Worlds. I'm looking forward to a lot every week when it comes out. This I'll kind of watch when it's out. I'm not eager to watch it too much. The first episode I wouldn't give a great score. The second episode I would give a slightly higher, but I think overall it's a B minus. B minus. The B sharps. There's places for the series to grow, but it hasn't exactly hooked me yet. Shu, what's your overall score for Obi-Wan Kenobi episode 1 and 2?
Yeah, I gave it a B minus, around that range.
B minus. Thank you. And Rob?
I'll probably go a little lower. For me, it's a C plus. It's really not hooking me. I mean, again, production's amazing.
Yes.
Right? Very good. I think that's where all the marks are going. But in terms of the dialogue, the plot, some of the decision making, it's still, I don't know.
How about compared to, just curious, compared to Mando?
Mando
was
better.
much.
Okay.
Compared to Boba Fett?
Well, Boba Fett had a decent kind of build up, but it just kind of
became Mando season.
The Mandalorian
2.5
saved that series.
2.5 season 2.5.
But yeah, we're probably talking maybe Book of Boba Fett territory.
Ooh, no, I think it's going to be better than that. All right, so we've got a B minus, and a C plus. Here we go, A plus. John, what's your final grade on Obi-Wan episode 1 and 2?
So, with episode 1 and 2, and I mentioned this right after we finished watching it, I don't know if it gave me enough. It was enough that I'll continue to watch it. I love watching the story filled in, and I'm always up for Star Wars. But, Shu made a really interesting point where he was like, is there going to be a lightsaber fight? And yeah, it could have been gratuitous, but I felt like it kind of needed it, but I guess I get where they're trying to go in the show. So still cautious, still optimistic. I don't think I can give it in an A range, so I'll say B plus. I'll say B plus, and I think the Ewan McGregor can carry it, and I think he can save it from being perhaps something like the Boba Fett.
Yeah.
I think it also loses a little bit of points for you, John, probably because as you mentioned, you've seen everything with your kids. But this may not be the most child appropriate.
Yeah,
and maybe lose some points for that missing of that family Star Wars element. All right, so that is our initial impressions and review of episode 1 and 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi. I think we'll keep watching on our own. Maybe we'll review it, maybe we won't.
Maybe
we didn't even finish.
Yeah, do finale.
It depends how it goes. We never picked back up on Halo or Moon Knight. We didn't finish those because so let's see if this is better than those. But until next episode, keep watching things, like and subscribe. Thanks so much.